What's up, everybody? Welcome to a vinyl reissue review. So the band Testament are one of my favorites of the thrash metal genre. Everything they've done. I love everything that they've done. And Nuclear Blast just reissued the first two Testament albums on vinyl. And so, of course, I got them because I'm a fan and they're in some really nice vinyl colors. And normally I would get them and unbox them and we'd, experience me looking at them for the first time together. But I decided this time, because I also have the originals of those two albums, that I would go ahead and listen to them and give you guys a full review of the entire package and what I think of these reissues from Nuclear Blast. So we're legit gonna do side by side for like everything here. They gotta be doing their fucking yard now. So I definitely have some gripes. But before I get into all of that, I want to clarify that I don't know what went into the reissues. I don't know what they actually had at their disposal in order to produce these reissues. I'm just going off of what I see, what I hear, and so because the details of the reissues, I couldn't find anything online at all. It's just their reissues, here they are. So I think I'm going to start off by showing you the cover of the reissue of the Legacy. So take a look there, and it's kind of a fuzzy reproduction of the image there. And if you're looking at it on its own, it's not technically that bad. But here's the original. Look how clear. So the first thing you're going to notice is that the skull is like blurry. It's very clear in this one. It's blurry in this one, and you can see that they zoomed in. They zoomed in on the image, and it's darker, it's fuzzier, it's duller. This first one, this is how it's supposed to look. This is a 1987 Megaforce / Atlantic pressing of this. Now, like I said, I don't know if they had the original files. I doubt that they did. This is probably the best they could do with what they actually had. The original art file, or I guess it's not a file, this is from 1987. The original print or whatever may not have been available. So this may not be on Nuclear Blast, because Nuclear Blast does a lot of great shit. But you'll notice the same thing on the back cover. So it's a darker image, and the logo's a little bigger in this one, and they obviously reprinted all of the song titles and everything else on the back here. But overall, it's just a darker and fuzzier image, and obviously, that's how it's supposed to look. So already, I'm not into that, but obviously, if you don't have this album, it doesn't look awful. It's just not as good. Now on this one, what would normally be a printed inner sleeve is on this insert, which, it's fine. It's got all the lyrics, but this picture here is also darker than it is on the original printed inner sleeve, which, there you go. It's a brighter image there, but this is also, printed on this is obviously thicker paper than this right here. But then when it comes to the actual record, here's the original, how it looks. It's black vinyl. It's very boring. It's got the Megaforce logo and the Atlantic Records logo. That's all she wrote about that. And now this repress is purple with yellow splatter vinyl, which looks fucking nice. That's a nice looking design there. But you see the label on this one's really generic. No bothering to reuse either one of the logos, which I'm sure were readily available. But so it's kind of a dull label, but the actual colors, I like that. I like the combo of colors. So I decided to do this where I went ahead and listened to these. I listened to all four just to compare and contrast, because a lot of times I do these videos and people ask, well, what does it sound like? And I always feel bad that I don't have anything to say about that. So if you don't already have this album, it sounds fine. As far as I know, this is not a remaster. It's just a repress. But the older version is actually louder than this version, and this seems more clear. This one, the sound's brighter, but that's really about it. And honestly, it didn't need to be brighter. This album sounds great to me. So really, I think that that's something that you're only really going to notice if you listen to them. Like I literally did an entire track followed by an entire track of each one just so I could hear, back to back what they sounded like. And if you're not doing that, this sounds good. If you don't have this album, it's very well done for what it is. I'm assuming they didn't have access to the original art and they did their best. So if you don't have it, that's great. So that's the legacy. Now moving on to The New Order, one of my favorite Testament albums, and same issue with the artwork here. I'll show you the new one first. So just looking at it on its own, doesn't look that bad at all. But then you put this next to it. So all of a sudden it's become purple. And also like this, that's a lot clearer than that. So it's the same thing. It doesn't seem like they necessarily had to zoom in on this one as much, but I don't know. It is fuzzier, and I don't know why all of a sudden that's purple, because I am a big fan of I guess technically you could call that some kind of purple. I think I might be a little bit colorblind, but this looks more bluish to me. And then same thing with the back image. Clearer on the old one, the newer one, it's darker and fuzzier, and they redid the notes on the back. Here's what they look like on the original. They're actually smaller on the original. And then once again, what would be on an inner sleeve is actually a printed insert, which is nice thick paper. But once again, you have this and you have this, much better quality picture than on this, but same stuff. And like I said, I don't know what they actually had to work with here. Now the vinyl is cyan. Am I saying that right? CYAN? I'm not that smart, people. With black splatter, which I really like that. I really, really like that. But this one, look, Megaforce logo, Testament logo. They it's like, I don't know why they went further with making this label cooler looking. But oh yeah, here's the old one. This is the Megaforce Worldwide with Atlantic Records. There you go, black vinyl. But so honestly, same thing about the audio on the repress. This one is quieter and a little bit brighter than this. I still prefer this one, the original, over this one. But if you don't have this, sounds fine. I don't see any real gripes. It didn't sound awful. I mean, on both of these, the stylus goes down on the vinyl and it's not super noisy, or at least mine wasn't. And you have to turn it up a little bit more than you do the older one. But overall, it still sounds pretty good. I would say probably the New Order sounds better than the Legacy. Oh, another plus too is that they used lined inner sleeves, which I really like. And the overall quality just in general is very good. So take all of that as you will. Like I said, if you don't have these albums, get them because they're fucking awesome. And honestly, I'm just happy to have them on some different colors because I'm a huge Testament fan. So I guess probably when it comes to a reissue, I'll give it like a 7 out of 10, 6.5 out of 10. Honestly, I like the fact that they're not remastered. That's the way I think they all should be done. But I don't necessarily like the sound being brighter. A lot of times remasters do that anyway, and that kind of bums me out because normally it's not necessary. But once again, I couldn't find any information on whether anything was done to the original recordings at all. Doesn't really seem like it. But overall, they're both, for the money, I think they're good reissues. So they might be sold out. I don't know. So then you're gonna have to deal with people reselling them online for higher prices. Maybe Nuclear Blast will put out some more and some different cool colors. And honestly, if they end up reissuing the other 80s Testament albums, I'm going to buy those as well. And hopefully one day they will reissue The Ritual. Please, it's the only one I'm missing. But anyway, that's it. The New Testament reissues, pretty good. So if you don't have them, go get them. If you have old school copies and you love how they sound and you don't care about different colored vinyl, you're good. Don't worry about it. But yeah. hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully this was informative and entertaining or something in some way for somebody. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to be on top of all things Old Head, go to oldheadnetwork.com, scroll to the bottom and sign up for the shit list, and you'll get emails from me about important things happening in the world of Old Head. I'm not going to spam you with a whole bunch of shit, I promise. But anyway, that's all I got for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all again very soon.